Well, hello there, Taurus. How are you? It is so good to see you again. I'm Mary Sue, and I'm so grateful that you're here. Today, we are doing your May General Tarot reading. So we'll take a look first at the overall energies with the Oracle cards, and then we'll move to the Tarot for more details. And this reading is good for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. So if the message here doesn't resonate with you, you may want to check out one of your other signs to see if there's a message there for you. All right, so let's see what you have coming up in May. Snake Spirit, time to heal. I also want to point out it's the number 55. So it's a master number. Fives are all about change. Wherever you are now, you know that you either need to make a change or you've made a change in order to heal or find more joy, happiness, success in a certain area of your life. And then passion and pleasure, savor your life. Yes. So I feel like there's this energy here where you instinctively know, okay, that you have to make a change. You have to go in a different way in order to have a life full of more pleasure and play. Like you could be working too hard, or you have too many burdens, or, you just have too much going on in your life. Sometimes having time for pleasure and play means that we have to simplify other areas of our life so that we can make room for play. The other thing that they're pointing out is that, with a snake sheds their skin, right? It's time to shed your skin. It's time to, that old skin is kind of like a metaphor for old mindsets or behaviors, beliefs. It could even be patterns. It could be relationships, career, whatever it is. But it's something that is holding you back. It's time to grow. It's time to go in a new direction. And just like a snake sheds its skin so that it can grow, right? You're in a process right now of shedding something from the past so that you can have more passion and pleasure in your life. It's more about not the readings lately, and I feel like it's because Pluto has moved into Aquarius back in March, but I feel like there is this message that it's time to enjoy our lives a little bit more, and it doesn't mean like all day. It's just about where can you fit in? Where can you even have a mindset, a more joyful mindset in your life, right? It doesn't mean that I feel like, we've kind of come into this energy in the last 15 years when Pluto was in Capricorn, okay? We had that energy that you were either working or you were playing. And the more that you worked, the more productive, the better a person you were, or whatever, right? It was kind of like based on how much can you work, right? And, even like in a corporation or something, the people that came in the earliest and left the latest, they were epitomized as the best workers. But the problem is that we're moving into an era, okay? When Pluto moved into Aquarius back in March of this year, just a month ago, okay, it'll be there for the next 20 years. We're moving into an energy of understanding we can have joy in our work. It used to be, no, you just work. You work hard, you make money, you buy things with it, right? Or you're playing. And if you're playing, then you can't be working. It's kind of like we're kind of coming into this energy of combining the two, understanding that we can savor, we can have joy in our work. That it doesn't have to be all that Capricorn energy of work hard, work has to be hard. It has to be difficult. If it's not difficult, then it's not really work. You're not doing it right. It's like you're not doing it right. Now people are seeking out their purpose. They're bringing their purpose, their joy to their work. And I feel like you're kind of a leader in that area, knowing that you are changing the way that you see your own life, and combining work and play. And I don't mean that means that you go and go on some kind of, I don't know, team fun event, like your whole team at work goes, out to dinner together or goes golfing or something like that. I mean, that could be part of it, but it's your internal joy, finding joy, finding pleasure in the work that you do. That's what I'm talking about. It's not about, you know, pranking people at work, that type of thing. Although that can be fun too. So let's go to the tarot. We're going to take a look first at your present energy, then your area of resistance or obstacle, and then finally your advice from spirit for the next step for you. All right, so your present energy. Yeah, look at this. You have the fives, right? There's something lacking here. You know you have to make a change. When we're in the fives, we internally know, I'm not happy here. I need to make a change. But it's also kind of like, what is that change, right? You could be in that process of thinking, what is that change? Because sometimes when we feel like we're lacking, we tend to focus on what we have lost or what is missing in our life instead of being grateful for what we already have. So sometimes if you're feeling this way, it's about concentrating on what you like about your life at this time and then putting more time and energy into what you like about your life. The people that you like to be around, the kind of work that you like to do, the activities, you know, your hobbies, your traveling, whatever that is. It's kind of like, okay, I'm going to focus on what I like and I'm going to put more time, energy, and effort into the things that I do like until I kind of feel I can expand that even more and more. Yeah. Because you have opened your heart and it says, no one is perfect. Stop judging yourself and others and let love heal this situation. It's about looking at the love, the joy of what is good, good about your life or about the situation that you're in. It's like, okay, let's look at the good in this situation because you have back and forth. I feel like you can't decide what it is that you want. That back and forth energy is kind of like one day you could be thinking you want to go one way and then you're like, no, wait a minute, I'll go this way. Or I want to go forward, but then you go backwards. You know, the way forward is open, letting you know there is a new path here. You can move forward and it may have something to do with a creative project, you know, finding pleasure in some type of work. And work, once again, it doesn't mean you have to be paid for it. It could be any kind of something. It could be volunteering. It could just be art that you want to work on for your own pleasure, not to sell, right? It's going to help you to step back into your power. Yeah. Because I feel like there is this sense where you are up in your head about all of this. You're trying to think it out, right? To make a decision. You know, but it's about getting back into your heart. It's about opening your heart. Asking yourself, what is it that I really and truly enjoy in life? You know, think of the top 3 things that bring you joy in your life at this moment. And then asking yourself, are you prioritizing that? Are you making time in your day for the things that really bring you joy? You know, that could be your connections. It could be, you know, an activity that you really like writing poetry or, you know, walking in nature or playing with your dog, right? It doesn't matter what it is, but are you prioritizing it? Are you saying, okay, these 3 things get at least some time every day or as often as you possibly can? You know, making that the top priority. Or are you concentrating on, you know, putting time and energy into the things that don't bring you joy or happiness or love or abundance? So it's a mind shift here because, yeah, your area of resistance is you're having trouble transforming, moving into this new energy. This new Pluto moved into Aquarius March 23rd. It'll be there for 20 years. It's a transformation, and transformations do not happen overnight, right? I mean, it doesn't matter where the planets are. It's like it doesn't happen overnight. Pluto moves very slowly. And therefore, this is a long transit, a 20-year transit. So understanding, like 2023, I think, is practicing thinking about what brings us pleasure and joy and putting more time and effort into that instead of the Capricornian energy of work has to be hard. We have to just work, you know, or we're not valuable. That's not true. That we did not come here to just work. We came here to have experiences and adventures. in traveling, in hobbies that bring us joy, in connections, right? It's about finding more pleasure in your life. Yeah, and then be the real you, motivation. I feel like you want to go in a different direction. You want to shed your skin of the past, right? You want to move forward. But there's a motivation here that's holding you back. Let's clarify that. And that could be even from childhood, because if you look, she has like children playing in her skirt there, right? In the illustration. And I feel like, it's almost a sense that something, a mindset from the past, a belief that you may have grown up with, some type of conditioning, a cloak that you are wearing from the past is holding you back from shedding this skin and becoming the real you. Be the real you, right? And look, she has her hands over her heart. There's something your heart is desiring, and you're not allowing yourself to really go forth with it because you feel like you're obligated. Your mindset is, no, I have to do, this is a good example, right? It's kind of like, I was a teacher and I raised 3 children, right? And the mindset back then when my children were young is you come home, you have a snack, you do your homework, and then you can go play, right? Yeah, well, I'm a teacher. I'm telling you, when kids get home from school, yes, they need a snack and then they need to go play and get all of that energy out, right? And just enjoy a life. And then come in and do homework. And even homework today. I know a lot of schools don't even give homework anymore, right? Let the children play. Let the children, be creative at home. Work on things that bring them pleasure. And so I feel like it's kind of like that. You may be saying, yes, I would like to go on this trip. I would like to spend time on my creative projects, but first I have to get all my work done. But the work is never done. That's what we've learned from that Pluto in Capricorn energy for the last 15 years. The work is never done. So then we never get to play. Now we're kind of saying, no, wait a minute. I want to put play at the very top. Yeah, Page of Pentacles. You're learning something new. You're learning that the work never ends. So it's time to go play. Prioritizing play in your life. Yes. Wow. And I feel like for some of you, it's also transforming the way that you look at love. Perhaps you have been saying, no, I can't put any time into finding a love. I can't open my heart to love because I have to get my work done, or I have to stay in this relationship that doesn't make me happy, or whatever, I can't start dating until I lose 5 pounds, or get a new haircut or whatever it is, right? It's kind of like whatever is holding you back. It's an excuse. It's an excuse that needs to be shed. It's time to say, you know what? Wait a minute. I want love in my life. Am I prioritizing love in my life? If you've been saying to yourself for some time, I would like to have a special someone in my life, whether that is a romantic partner or a friend or a companion or whatever, right? Have you been prioritizing it? Have you been putting your time, energy, and resources into it on a daily basis, right? Making it a top priority. And if you haven't, it's time to, because this is transforming. You have the Death card twice. Your area of resistance is that you don't want to transform, to go forward, to fall in love again, because that is fall in love either with a person or fall in love with life itself. Whatever it is, it's time to fall in love again. Wow, beautiful energy. Okay, so let's see what your advice is. Yeah, you're confused. You're just confused, right? You're kind of like, and I feel like that is because Pluto is kind of ping-ponging between Capricorn and Aquarius for the rest of 2023. So as soon as you're like on board and say, yes, I'm going to put more time and energy into the things that I really enjoy, then the Pluto kind of dips back into Capricorn and you're kind of like, oh, but wait a minute. No, I have to go get my work done first. It's really allowing yourself to focus on the future. And when those mindsets come up from the past or from your conditioning from a child, that says, no, you have to get your work done first. It's about, okay, wait a minute. That's holding me back from what my heart truly desires. So it's about no longer staying confused. It's no longer about playing it safe. It's time to put time and energy into, I'm sorry. Here's my 7 of Cups. You're staying confused, right? Because I'm just it's kind of like, I feel like these readings this week have really and truly been about just explaining where you put your time and energy is what you're going to get. You want more work? Put your time and energy in your work. If you want more fun, put time and energy into fun. and no longer playing it so safe by the rules, allowing yourself the pleasure of just creating to create, or to having fun just to have fun. And no longer feeling like you have to get your work done first, because it's time to step into the spotlight. It says you have the message that the world needs to hear. It's time to share your wisdom, because I feel, and this kind of came up the other day too, the energy of, we don't have to talk about our wisdom. We live our life in alignment with what is good for our heart, what our heart truly desires. And we are kind of like a messenger for other people without even talking about it. People, when you step into the spotlight and live your true authentic self, be your real you, okay, then all of a sudden what will happen is you're actually a walking teacher without really even opening your mouth. Your love, your light, your joy will emanate, and people will be watching you, right? You'll be in the spotlight without actually having to step on a stage. Some of you may want to be a teacher and step on the stage. Others of you, it's just about stepping into the energy of living a life full of passion and pleasure and play and purpose. Okay? Because when you're living your purpose, your work is play. And stepping into that energy, it's kind of like everybody's going to want a little bit of, they're not going to want your life, because that's not the energy. It's really about, they're going to realize that the way you got to being so happy is that you prioritized your happiness. You prioritized the pleasure, the play, the purpose. Wow, beautiful energy. All right, let's pull the Soul Truth card for you, Taurus, for some final advice. And I do personal readings, so if you're interested, the link is in the description box below. I'd really be honored to do a reading for you. To where does my soul want to travel? Yeah, where does your soul want to go? What does your soul want to experience? What pleasure, what passion, what purpose is waiting for you? So let's see. It says, when we travel, we grow. We open our little worlds to more adventures, thrills, patience, understanding, trust, and oneness. Our hearts and minds expand, and our desires are satisfied. Where is your soul calling you to visit? Really beautiful. Yeah. So whether that is an actual trip you would like to take, or that is a project you would like to bring into your life, or a hobby, it's about, or a connection, right? Because we have the 2 of Cups, 10 of Cups. It's about understanding, okay, I'm going to prioritize my own happiness. I'm going to put what my heart desires at the top of the priority list. And there's always, the work will never go away. The work will always be there. So it's time to kind of prioritize some of those other pleasures that you would like to have in life. All right, well, I'm going to leave it there, Taurus. I do appreciate all of your support by liking, commenting, and subscribing. And I wish you so much love and light in this situation, in all your situations, and I hope to see you again really soon. Bye for now.